okay. So I don't know if I must say, okay, I don't think social media has a problem.
Yeah.
I think it's the people using the social media that makes it wrong or that makes it problematic. So if I have given into any pressure,
Okay, wait. I'm your girl, Shekinah. What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Shekinah. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to do the obvious. Just smash the subscription button and the notification bell because I'll post 2 videos. Welcome back to the Girls Talk. Guys, number 3. Girls Talk is keep kicking and we still there, right? My people here, I don't know if I have to present them because y'all remember them. So if you didn't watch the last if you didn't watch the last Girls Talk, just go back, guys, because the girls here are no longer to be presented. But I'll do the honor because I'm having new subscribers these days and I'm excited. On my side here, I'm going to start with the beautiful Miss Nancy.
hey guys.
And this side here, so you know her, right? When she comes with points, she's gonna take up Nancy. The last time she did, and your comments were going crazy. Miss Deborah.
Hey guys.
So today we're going to talk about identity and social media. The life on social media, growing up in a generation whereby we have been impacted by social media. I want to hear from my ladies here how they feel like being in a world where we have Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever you call it, any kind of social media. So my first question will be, ladies, how do you feel like being in a world whereby you are constantly being put under pressure on who you have to be instead of embracing who you truly are?
Do I have to start? Nancy, you can start.
No, that was for you. You can start. Like,
What's the question? How do you feel?
how do you feel like being in a world whereby you are constantly being put pressure on who you have to be instead of embracing who you are?
Honestly, for me, I don't feel like they're putting pressure on you. It's us putting pressure on ourselves because I don't really think there's somebody holding a gun to your head and telling you, hey, Deborah, you have to be this type of person. So it's the pressure that we agree to succumb. So, how do I feel?
Okay, wait. You're saying that they're not putting pressure on us, but we are living in a world of social media whereby you need to keep a certain standard and then you need to look in a certain way or
so
be in a certain way. So already if you have to fit in the generation of today, it is a pressure, whether you're feeling it or not. It's a kind of pressure that you have been subconsciously going through it.
Okay, if you use the word subconsciously, maybe yes, but however, it's also up to us to, it's a choice that we have to make. Do we want to give into this pressure? Do we want to fully fit in? Because you could still be living and not necessarily doing or being like everybody else. So that's why I say that nobody's putting pressure on you directly.
But do you still think that one can live in this generation without fitting in or being different from everyone else?
Of course you can. You
Really?
can.
How?
It just depends on, okay, I also think what you're feeding yourself in terms of what kind of people are you following, number one, because sometimes it all goes down to you trying to be like everybody else or trying to be like certain people that is not realistically who you are, but then the pressure we put on ourselves. I'm saying it's self-pressure. It's not nobody putting, because I mean there's always someone you can relate to on social media, but then sometimes you want to relate to all these famous people that are not exactly like us. Then that's when you get the pressure, because now you're trying to go out of your comfort zone just to fit in, whereas there are so many other people that you can actually fit in with. We want to fit in with the wrong people.
Okay.
But then I understand what Deborah is trying to say. When it comes to this, let me just talk about Instagram. So everybody wants to have an Instagram account. And then there are certain pictures that you will post over there that won't attract certain people.
So certain lines.
Yes, you will feel like, okay, no, I think I need to dress in a certain way, I need to look in a certain way, so that I can also attract those type of people.
But that's the same pressure that I'm saying, that you're actually going to subconsciously, that you need to be on it. Like, okay, let's say the trend whereby everyone is maybe holding an iPhone, and then you feel like, okay, if I don't have an iPhone, I feel less of a girl, or I feel less of like...
You can't take pictures in the mirror showing your phone
Yeah.
because it's not an iPhone.
Which is what I'm saying, it's a choice. It's a choice. At the end of the day, we are all, one way or another, have to face certain pressure, whether it's at work, social media, or wherever. We are faced with choices. So now, if you want to give into pressures or give into things that you know very well that it's not my type of thing, it's not my personality, it will take a whole lot from you, because you're trying to do something, or you're trying to be someone that you are not. I say we should be selective of what kind of pressure we want to take on ourselves, especially when social media is involved. There are so many things that we could be doing with social media. We don't necessarily have to.
Okay, you saying that when it comes to pressure, you need to choose whatever. So, but okay, I know you edit your pictures, right?
I do.
But isn't
it's
that
my
pressure?
choice. It's not pressure.
It is,
Yes.
because
if you are happy with
subconsciously,
what you see without edits,
subconsciously, you know, you need to look in a certain way before you
Listen.
post that picture. Or like, okay, it's like you have to show out something that even if you're happy with that, but it's a standard that you have to
For me,
follow.
it's not about then. Let me tell you something. I use filters, I edit my pictures and all, but that does not mean I'm not happy with who I am.
I think that social media has created identity crisis. Or let me rephrase this. Do you think if you grew up in the world, in a social media world, when you were younger, like, because we met social media probably in a certain age, like if you grew up from a very young age using social media, do you think it would have impacted your life in a very different way? Or you think you were still going to be the same girl that is standing on her ground and saying that I'm not going to follow this, I'm not going to follow that, I'm not going to follow this?
So you're saying if I had probably met social media at a later stage in my
No,
life, or earlier?
earlier stage in your life, like from the time you're born, and you, let's say, like an example, Israel, from the time he's born, he's already coming out in a world whereby there's social media, right? So if you were actually in that world where you come up with this world, and then the only thing you saw was social media and stuff, do you think it was going to create an identity crisis?
To a certain extent, yes, because with, like you said, when we were introduced to social media, I would like to think I already had my own identity. I knew exactly where I stand, and then so it was easier for me to be selective of what is it that I want to do, or what I feel is not good enough for me, or what I feel is not for me at all. So having social media at a very young stage can make or destroy. I feel like the younger ones that are coming up, we have a whole lot to do as the older generation. Oh wait, I sound so old, but anyways, as the older generations that are raising kids that are exposed to so many things, that what they need to know is that it's okay to see or like this thing, but you don't have to be that person.
No, but the problem is you have to like this thing, but you don't have to be that person. But what if that's the only thing that they are putting into your face, is that for you to be a perfect person, or for you to be like that kind of girl who is looking well, you need to be presenting like this generation. It's more of like social media is bringing of something like, okay, this is how you have to be for you to be the perfect girl. Like
exactly.
That's
You need
exactly
to have the curves.
Yeah, like, and then you having a kid that is growing up from this generation, for an example, like I said, if you have to come out of this world in this generation, and then you're already coming up with that thing whereby, okay, this is how the world has told me how a perfect girl should be like, or how if I'm not like this, there's something wrong with me. So
I think you as a parent, you need to educate your kids.
Exactly.
You need to educate your kids. Tell your kids, please don't put much of your attention into that.
Exactly.
You need to love yourself the way you are.
Self-love.
Because once you try and imitate somebody else, one way or the other, you're gonna be pressured into doing certain things that you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, but these are things whereby we're seeing it from like social, like on your phone. Every other girl around you is looking like that,
So
or is
do you
being
know
like
that social media has caused lives. Like people have lost their lives because of social media.
Yeah.
I mean, depression is real, and most of these things come from social media. People have died because of social media.
Which is why I was saying, as an older generation, especially parents, what they need to do is to instill that self-love, to instill kids or to raise children with strong characters to say, yes, I may see this, but I don't have to be that. It's the
Yes,
same thing
exactly.
as kids crying for things that aren't theirs. Those are things that you need to teach your kids. Like, oh no, if it's not yours, it's not yours. You may like it, you play with it while we're there, but that's it. When we're leaving, it's not yours. You leave whoever's toy behind. So it's the same thing with social media. You have the social media here, but then you need to be selective. If you see that this does not define you, this does not go with what you believe in, then you don't necessarily have to succumb to that
Sometimes you
pressure.
try and do all of that, but the pressure is still there.
Okay, wait. They bring us, okay, as ladies, right? They told you that, okay, you need to put on makeup for you to look a certain way, or you probably need to wear a certain product for you to be this, or you need to constantly wash your face with certain products in the morning and evening. These are all things that we are seeing on TV or social media. It's all part of the same thing.
We also have
right?
to realize that not all these things are real. Not all that glitters is gold. Let me tell you, all these people are what they're doing. They
People
push
are living
brands,
fake lives
they
on
pushing
social
brands,
media.
they are
Exactly.
influencing. So people are doing things to get the money. So,
Cars are being borrowed.
exactly, cars are being borrowed,
Houses
clothes
are being
borrowed,
borrowed.
phones
Just
are
to
being
post
borrowed.
certain
Do you
pictures
understand?
and
Wigs
videos.
as ladies are being borrowed. Makeup is being borrowed. People will literally leave their house to go to a friend or whoever's house because they feel like that place is not good enough. We need to keep that in mind, that not all that glitters is gold.
But
That's what we need
not
to know.
everyone actually know about that. People feel like, okay, for me to actually be perfect, I need to put on makeup. We even have girls whereby the first thing they do when they wake up, they can't even embrace their self, their true beauty. They have to get out of the house, or even if they're sleeping with their man, if they wake up in the morning, they'll actually wake up earlier than their man just to put on makeup. It's something that social media has put into us, like, okay, if I don't have makeup,
Right.
I'm not as perfect as a woman,
right.
or I need to look like this or do that or wear this, then I become
But look
that
at
girl.
Kim K. Every time she wakes up in the morning, you see her natural face. You see her natural face without makeup. She still looks beautiful. But then when it comes to us, who are not, how can I say, financially stable, we want to look like her. We don't have the money to go get
Then you go
facials every
all
now
out.
and then, you know, to get Botox and all those things. So you just want to put a little bit of makeup, maybe a little bit of foundation and the gloss, you know, just to fit into the Kim K wannabe
world.
Yes.
No, but you mentioned that world of wannabe and stuff like that. Yes, as much as she will not put makeup, but these are the people that coming out on social media and portraying to you that for you to be a beautiful girl, you probably need to have your butt done, and then you need to have your boobs
under the
done.
knife.
And
stuff.
everybody's doing that
It's
now.
a sad reality, but at the end of the
everybody's
day,
doing that.
it comes down to who you are. For me personally, I've got nothing against Kim K, but I don't follow her because I can't relate to her. Honestly,
Is there something that, let's say for instance, you stand in the mirror and you're like, I don't like this.
me?
Does it hit your mind sometimes whereby you'll be like, maybe if I change this, I will look better?
To be honest, at this stage, no. Probably when I was younger, probably yes. But then it's like it's never occurred to me to change it. It was just a matter of me telling myself, you need to love and accept it. If you have to check like my last post, the caption, right? So it was a filtered picture. And what is my caption? Forehead, nose, filter, go.
Okay.
My biggest insecurity used to be my forehead and my nose.
Okay.
But then as I grew up, I've learned to love and accept it. But it
way
has
you
never
are.
occurred in my head for me to like go and do surgery to change it and all. That's why I say it's a learning curve. As parents, we need to learn to teach our kids to love themselves. It all starts with loving yourself. Once you've loved yourself, you are able to establish that foundation to say, yes, I like her body, I like her makeup, I like his car, I like her car. But then if I don't have it yet, I need to be content with what I have, and I need to be able to love myself fully, to not succumb to any
I love
physical
myself.
pressure.
Okay, wait.
100%.
But would you like to change anything from
Yes,
it? What would you
definitely,
like to change?
because of what I look at every time I open my Instagram account. I see girls perfect, this and that, and then I'll be like, no, I also want to get my boobs done.
So you want to get
This
your
is
boobs done?
something that I've been thinking about lately. I want to get my boobs done. I want to get liposuction, like suck up all the fat below my tummy, on top of my belly, at the back, and all of that. I want to be perfect.
No, but it
I
takes.
think
But wait, it takes me to the next question that I want to ask. It's like, okay, doesn't the Bible say that you as a human, you're actually a creature of God, and that you are as beautiful and as perfect, and there's nothing that God has created that isn't perfect? And then if you are saying that you feel like you want to change a certain way of you looking or a certain feature of your body, doesn't that mean that you are saying that what God has created is
not good enough?
As a Christian,
Fine. I'm not saying I don't like the way I look. Yes, fine. I do like the way I look, but I just want to change something, Nyana, so that I can be perfect.
But that's not Nyana. Like, another question is,
I have my reasons.
Do you think
Why I want to get my boobs
And
done?
what are they?
I have my reasons why I want to get my boobs done. Most of the time, I can't go out without wearing a bra, because I'll look like I've got zero boobs, like I've got no boobs, literally. I've got the ass, but boobs I don't have. So that's just one of the things that I want to work on, that will make me feel comfortable.
But don't you think that there's a reason why God created you without a boobs? Or maybe you could, you were gonna look weird if you had both
the
of
boobs.
them.
What happens if you go under the
Why
knife
would
and
I
you don't
look
like
weird?
it?
People look perfect with boobs and butt.
What happens if you do it and you don't like it? And then another question is,
It's not like I'm gonna get like huge boobs. No, I'm just gonna get something that will go with my body.
there's a whole lot of complications that come. I
And
don't
then
know.
you were
Maybe I
asking,
watch
do you
too
think-
much Botch. But what I'm saying is that
I do watch Bosch too.
You watch Botch too.
I do.
Anyways, do you think a few years down the line, if you look at yourself and after you do all these adjustments to your body, do you think you'll still love it the way you would love it now?
For sure.
You think that
For sure.
Or would you advise your future child?
your future child, let's just
To
say your
actually
child's
go through
growing
it.
up.
Hell no.
But
but
why
don't
would
Because
you
I
think-
do have a feeling that my child, when my child is born, they will be born with everything. If it's a lady, she's gonna have boobs.
Oh, there's no one that is perfect.
She's gonna have ass. I don't think she's gonna have issues that I am having.
But there's
But
no
what if
one
that
that is
doesn't
ever
happen?
perfect.
And then, as a parent, don't you think you want to be an example to your child? If you can do it and it's okay,
I will tell my
why
child. I
is
will
it that
tell my
you,
child it's not right for you to do this and that. I did it for certain reasons, but you do not have to do it.
Okay. Yet you know.
So that means what you're
Inside
saying
you.
is that it's wrong, but you're doing it
It's
because you
wrong.
want-
I'm doing it because I want to.
But when do you put a limit on social media?
Exactly.
When do you put a limit?
Because
to
I
that?
already feel that's the extreme. I mean, we already have. There's so many other things that you could do to make your boobs look bigger. I believe if there's things for
Push-up
the bum,
bras.
then there should be push-up bras and a whole lot of things that you can
I've
try.
tried all of that.
So you don't think that's good enough?
But when do you put a limit to social media?
How do you limit that pressure? When do you what?
Just
extent-
delete your Instagram account and you're done. Delete your Instagram, delete your Snapchat. And then I don't think there's a lot of pressure on Facebook. That's why a lot of people will tell you, I don't like Facebook. I prefer Instagram. Instagram is for big girls. And then once you start using Instagram, you start following these big girls, they will put it in your mind that you also need to look a certain way to fit in.
So you putting in you
I'm telling you,
giving
are you
in
trying-
when I
that's the
never
thing, you're
had
giving in on this pressure.
that
basically.
you know that it's
It's not
actually
right.
trust
but
me,
I'm gonna give
whether
in because
whether
I also
you tell
wanna fit in.
yourself I'm just gonna download this app, this Instagram app, just to post pictures and what's or not. Trust me, the moment you start following these influencers, one way or the other, you will try and imitate their life. You'll be like, oh, I need to look a certain way. Sarah was wearing this. This girl was wearing that. Bonang was doing this. And when you take pictures, you'll also want to pose like Bonang. You won't pose like this anymore. You'll be doing that. because you saw Bonang doing that. And then when you go out, you'll be like, I don't drink. If you were drinking ciders, you say, I don't drink ciders. I want to do champagne.
I wanna do
champagne,
Moet.
girl, you drinking champagne. This is what Instagram is doing to people.
Okay.
The majority of girls, they're not drinking ciders anymore. They go for champagne because of Insta.
For me, I feel like it all comes down to yourself. Honestly, I'm using Instagram. I do like social media, and a lot of people
Nothing
say
has
social media is
pressurized
not
you into
wrong.
doing-
Social media is wrong and stuff. For me, I don't think social media is wrong to a certain extent. I don't think there's anything. Okay. So I don't know if I must say, okay, I don't think social media has a problem.
Yeah.
I think it's the people using the social media that makes it wrong or that makes it problematic. So if I have given into any pressure,
So The next question that I want to ask is, okay, when it comes to relationship and stuff, as you say, you go into social media and stuff, and then you see Bonang posing in a specific way, Bonang holding Moet and then champagne, and then you also want to hold that. So we enter relationship, and then we see that these days they're also portraying us what is a couple goal or what is like a happy family and stuff. So do you think that social media is a reason why many relationships are going through breakups or they're unsuccessful?
Yes, for sure. Because you see what's the power, what power couple can we talk about that's on Instagram right now? Wait, this other girl who does makeup, she was dating this other white guy, Miriam Musa. I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah, they even had a YouTube channel together.
Yes, they had a YouTube channel together. She was posting this guy all the time. They used to cook together. When you look at them, you'll be like, wow, I also want this for myself, you know? Not this guy that I'm with. We don't even sit, watch TV together. He doesn't cook for me and all of that. Behind closed doors, you don't know what Miriam
happening?
Musa and the guy are going through. They only post what is good. They only post the sweet life.
Exactly.
You
That
know,
which brings
they
me
don't
back
post the bad life.
to my point where I said not all that glitters is gold.
Yes.
Because if you listen to Miriam Musa, because at some point I used to watch her when she was still dating
Because
that
they're
guy.
no longer dating
They're no
now.
longer together
They broke
because that
up.
guy was cheating or whatever with the
Exactly.
ex. Not even
And she never posted that.
Not even a new girl.
She was not
The
posting
ex.
that.
I think she even took the video down on her YouTube channel. You see why? Because they want us to keep certain image of them to say, oh, okay, no, she's got the perfect life. She's got this, she's got that. The Instagram followers don't know that. All they saw, okay, delete. I don't know if she went on live to explain those things, but then what's happening behind closed doors, we don't know. She's also crying, saying this guy is busy cheating on her with.
She's
with the
definitely
ex.
crying.
Exactly.
Because every woman cries when a man cheats. It hurts. That shit hurts. So you have to cry. Because that's the only way you get to heal.
That's why I say unnecessary pressure that we are succumbing to. People want to post bare, you want bare with muscle.
Yes.
That time, probably it's not the
look
type
at
of guy.
Bonang and AKA. They were the perfect couple in South Africa.
At some point,
You know?
Yeah.
But the nigga used to beat the hell out of Bonang. And nobody knew he was beating her.
which is why I say look for
see?
people that you can relate to.
Yeah.
For me, I have a couple that I really admire, and those are like my youth leaders. I love them because they're an example. They're not telling us that everything's glittery. Not marriage is not easy. Marriage is not this. But then they are exemplary, and they are people that I can relate to.
Exactly.
So I'm not gonna go and be watching somebody's live via their pictures or via the videos that they post, because after that video they could be fighting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before that video, probably things happen, but it's like, no, babe, please, let's just do this. We're getting paid for this.
Yeah.
We're getting,
Exactly.
So they're gonna do it and make us think that everything is okay. So I say, look for people that are actually close to you, that you can actually look up to. And then it comes with the whole relationship pressure. It's not just how the guy looks or you posting. It's also you also having someone to post to say, I also have a person.
Yeah,
Well, you
yeah,
end up saying
because
yes
the
to
whole
a person
pressure
because
is,
of
let me
what
just
they
have-
have, what they can give you, how they look. You don't even check what kind of personality do they have, because you can have all this good looking guy,
But your
perfect, social media,
personality
perfect,
sucks.
but
No, but wait, you have pressure from social media whereby everyone is posting bay and stuff, and you don't have bay, and then you also have like pressure from your house where everyone is asking you, when are you gonna find a husband, or when are you gonna find this? So it pushes you to go and find a man that, even if you don't love him, just because everyone
you
is
get
showing
hurt at
bay.
the end of the
yeah.
day.
Or not even get hurt. You get into a marriage where you're not even happy.
Yeah.
You just do it because
marriage is another thing. Everybody wants to get married because we all want to wear white dresses.
Yeah.
And also post pictures.
But it has to be done at the right time with the right person. But most of the time we get into marriages because we're getting pressure from our families.
Sometimes
especially
age.
us Congolese.
They'll tell
sometimes
you
age,
age.
sometimes the
So it's
social
like,
media
why
too.
do you
because now you see your high school friends that you've never met for a long time, and everyone is like
Yes, they are
married.
cruising, they are in Dubai with their partners.
Even not Dubai, Nancy, just here in South Africa.
Yeah.
Married,
Yeah.
kids,
And they are
others
lying to
pregnant,
us.
and
Most
then
of them, most of them
then
really
you
like
are
to
just
lie.
there.
She's just gonna.
there.
Most females, you know what
auntie.
they do now? You know what most females do now? They take themselves shopping, and then they
They
take
post
the
a
boxes, and
picture.
then they post there. They'll be like, "Oh, bae did
Bae.
this, bae
Yeah.
did that." While
Girl.
there's no bae at all. You know, because a certain individual posted pictures with Bay shopping and all of
Unnecessary
that.
competition.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just
It creates that unnecessary competition. You feel like this social media brings out a competition with people that you don't even know. Yeah, you're
That's the
competing
thing.
against the whole world, and you don't even know.
Because these people that you are busy following, especially people that I feel like people that are comparing their lives to people that are living internationally. How do you compare yourself? If you give an example of like,
You will
clothes, for
end up
example,
stealing.
These people shop at Primark. Let's say
Yeah.
Primark for them is like, oh, it's so cheap. But if you take that pounds, convert it into rands, it's more expensive. So now
Right.
you're gonna go and buy something just because I saw that person wearing it or I saw
Yeah.
that person having it. There are so many ways to look fashionable without having to look like everybody else, or without having to spend so much money. That's why I big up to the girls that know all corners of small street. I wish I did, because sometimes people are spending
They do
money
have
that you
some
don't
pretty
have.
pieces, hey?
Yeah.
Small Street.
The thing is,
Very
Very can be
beautiful
so busy for
pieces.
me, but then that does not mean I'm going to spend so much money on things
Zara.
no, I go to Zara when it's on sale. I will enter Zara when it's on sale and I know I can afford it. But I'm not going to ruin my whole program just because I want to buy a certain piece from Zara. No. Who am I impressing?
The social media world.
I don't have time to do that. I'm sorry. I big up to the girls that actually will go to small streets and not try and hide their faces because they don't want to be seen.
Yeah.
Because
I'm here.
you-
I'm right here.
Exactly, because you get some people, for them to go to small street, they have to make sure they are disguised so that should you bump into
We're still
them,
gonna know them once they
We
post
still
a
see
picture.
the
We're still
clothes.
gonna
That's the
know.
thing.
Go and redesign
Oh,
it,
God.
girl.
it's like people go through so many unnecessary
like,
pressure.
how do you feel like these people that comes on social media and expose their feelings? Because even the Bible, some kind of way say that a man who exposes everything, it's actually not wise and stuff like that. But we have people who comes on social media and feel like social media is some kind of court or is some kind of where you're supposed to take your problem to an elder or a church member to help you out and discuss it. They feel like, okay, let me just expose everything on social media. Or this guy did this guy did that. I'm just gonna come and just say it. Like, or maybe like even not a person who comes and expose everything, but if I go through like a situation and then I'll go on my social media, it's like, oh gosh, I had a fucked up day, this person did that. No, there are people that are like constantly updating their life
That's
on
wrong.
social
It's
media.
totally wrong.
Sometimes people are chasing clout, they want to be relevant, and sometimes people don't really
They're just
have people
seeking
to
for attention,
to-
actually.
I would say sometimes others are chasing clout, and others probably feel like their followers or the people that are following them will give them better advice, and sometimes they don't
On
really have
social media.
someone to talk to.
Exactly, I was gonna say
Sometimes
that.
they don't have
like
people
let's
to
give an
talk to.
example. A perfect social media platform where things are being exposed a lot. It's YouTube. You get into there, you be like, okay, this person's relationship or marriage or stuff like that didn't work, and then it's suddenly everyone's topic on YouTube, and the wife says that. Like, that's the kind of people that I actually want you guys. Like, how do you feel about it? Or do you actually feel like if ever something happens to you, you also take it into the social media world, and then you're gonna get a perfect advice from a subscriber or from?
The thing is that sometimes you can, honestly, because you don't know who's watching you. To their defense, sometimes you can get good advice from
maybe that
normal
person is
subscriber that
also
probably
going
went
through
through
the
the same
same
thing
thing.
as you
Yeah.
went through. So they feel like probably having different opinions from different people. But then still there's a limit. But share whatever you're comfortable sharing.
Okay.
So for you to tell someone, no, you can't talk about your life. Or sometimes people post their pregnancy. For me, I feel like when I do get pregnant, I don't want everybody knowing that I'm pregnant, because I feel like it's something...
Okay, so the last question to finish up. What is the one thing that you feel like is an advantage of a social media? Because I know that social media doesn't only have a disadvantage, right?
Of course, yeah. It has advantages.
So what is that one thing that you feel like, okay, it's an advantage that social media has actually added into our lives, that if we didn't have it, we're actually going to struggle?
Technology, communication, being able to see and sort of feel like you are in the same place with people that are not exactly with you, but then like you still feel connected to them. Whereas, before social media, people relying on emails, posts and all, when it's really different. Now, social media, you have this whole, let's just use, WhatsApp is social media, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, WhatsApp, Snapchat.
This is to me being slow. Anyways, yeah, WhatsApp, where you can literally do video calls with your loved ones overseas, and you're actually able to see each other in that moment. If I want to show someone something that's happening now, I don't have to take a picture and send it to them. I can call them immediately, and we experience that moment together. Exactly. I think that technology advancement is really good. It just, like I said, it's up to us how we want to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the one thing that I love the most about social media is the fact that I can still be at church even when I'm not at church.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you can go through your old pictures. Like I specifically use Facebook to sort of kind of archive my pictures.
Me
I have
too,
pictures
when I lost my phone.
Exactly. You can go back on Facebook and stuff, and you check all your old pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're living in a digital world, and technology keeps advancing. I believe 10-15 years from now on, what we see now as big probably will be like, you guys used to do that?
Yeah.
You see, so I think it's good for us to move with technology. It has a whole lot of things in church, especially if you have to work on a Sunday, and but you feel like I can still be at church even if I'm not at church at the church building. That's a very good one.
That's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you find it interesting, and tell us what you feel like. You think
what are your thoughts? Do you agree with what we've said? Do you want to
like
oppose?
to add more onto what you say?
Yeah. Share this video, guys, and comment and like and give it a thumb up. Until next time, guys, hopefully you use social media in your advantage. Don't give up on the pressure. Know yourself and know your identity. Until next time, bye-bye.